up. It's that time again. It is officially that time again. Reddit questions part 4, I think. I think I've done part 3. Part 4. I've done part 4. And basically, guys, I hope you like them because it feels like when I do it, I genuinely feel like I'm helping the world in a way. I feel like my opinion and my judgment, in all honesty, and also in all compassion as well, because I'm trying to be nice as I do it. I'm not just saying mean things, and I'm not just saying good things. I mean everything I say. I just feel like I enjoy doing it on a personal level because I feel like if whoever gave us these questions is seeing it, maybe they take my opinion and my advice. That's that's all I can do, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I think you do. Shout out to you. I forgot your name, sir, but the one you commented, and you had a good point, and you took the time to do it. I appreciate it. So most of these are Am I the Arsehole questions, and I think there's a couple relationship advice in between. So we'll do the Am I the Arsehole first because that's actually my favorite because it's more entertaining. But the relationship advice is where I really feel like I'm a good person. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, first one, written by Hot Fan 132. I'm gonna assume this is a girl. Yeah, a girl. She asks, "Am I the asshole for not eating the spaghetti my boyfriend made?" The fact that you've had to come to the internet to ask that question, probably yes. But let's see. She says, we call her Hot Fan. Yeah, Hot Fan says, "I'm gonna keep this simple. Me and my boyfriend have been together for around 4 years now, going on 5. We live together. Both of us cook every now and then for each other. I absolutely cannot handle anything spicy. Sorry if I'm a wuss, but it just ruins any food for me. My boyfriend knows this, and every single time he cooks, he makes it spicy. He thinks I won't notice because he puts other things in and denies it every time I ask him if he did make it spicy. Today he made spaghetti, and I begged him not to put anything hot in it. If he chooses to put whatever ingredients in to make it hot, then I have no problem with that. I will serve myself a bowl. Oh, and guess what? It was spicy as fuck. I then asked him if he put anything hot, and he said maybe it was the sausage. I then proceed to look on the stove and see red pepper flakes all over the pot. I tell him what I just saw. Then he admits to putting red pepper flakes, but only a little bit. I told him I'm not eating it. I leave the room, and he starts yelling at me about how ungrateful I am. So my question is, am I the arsehole? I personally think you're an arsehole, but not for this. Not for this. You're an arsehole because you think that is a big enough deal to go ask other people's opinions on it. So in general, you're an arsehole. In this topic, no, you're not, because, you can't handle hot food, you can't handle hot food. The only thing I will say is, I like hot food, and I put chili on basically everything I eat, except spaghetti. I mean, I don't know why you're putting chili in spaghetti. It's a bit weird. Especially like red chili flakes, I don't really get it. So yeah, no, you're not an arsehole for that, but in general, you are an arsehole. Also, I want to know if you're English or not. Because wuss. Who says wuss? I feel like you're English. I don't know. Next question by Red Naznam 1. Red Naznam. That sounds dirty, is it? That sounds dirty, but I don't know why. Okay, Red Naznam, I'll call you Naz. I'll call you Nazi. Nazi asks, am I the arsehole for having my mother yell at me for having intercourse with my girlfriend in my own apartment when we're both 26 years of age? Okay, I'm going to go on record and say this. If your mum was in the house and that's why she's yelling at you, yes, you probably are an arsehole. But I'm gonna wait and see before I actually judge you. I'm gonna put this hat on because it's hat time. This is my thinking hat, as you guys know. Okay, so Nazi says, so I live with my girlfriend in an apartment that I pay for. Don't know why you mentioned that, but yeah, I assumed you paid for it. If it's you live in an apartment, okay. We've been together for 3 years and our relationship is great. We are both working professionals, fully independent, and like any normal couple, we even have an active sex. We even. What do you mean we even have an active sex? Enter my mother. You talk about her like she's some fucking crazy villain or something. Enter my mother. She's always been a little overbearing, but since I moved out, when I started dating my girlfriend, I thought things had gotten better. Apparently, I was wrong. Last weekend, my mum came over to drop some homemade food, brackets, which was nice. I'll give her that. I don't know why you mentioned that as well. I had told her she could stop by after 4 p.m. since my girlfriend and I were having a lazy morning, but of course she decided to show up 2 hours early with her spare key, which she has only for emergencies. When my girlfriend and I were in the bedroom, clearly busy, when we heard my mother banging on the bedroom door, she was shouting my name out saying, I know what you're doing in there, have some respect. I scrambled over to throw some clothes on, went out and asked her what the hell she was doing here unannounced. She started yelling at me, saying it was disgusting, inappropriate to be doing that while guests were over. I reminded her that this was my apartment. She wasn't meant to be here yet. We're two consenting adults. She was having none of it. She called me disrespectful, said I had no manners, and even told my girlfriend she should be ashamed. My girlfriend just walked out of the room, grabbed her keys, and left because she wasn't dealing with that nonsense. I ended up arguing with my mum for 10 more minutes before telling her to leave and return the spare key. She refused at first, but I stood my ground until she finally handed it over. She left in a huff and later texted me saying she was deeply disappointed in how I spoke to her. Now my dad and sister telling me I was too harsh and I shouldn't have put her in that situation. I argued that she put herself in that situation by showing up unannounced and barging into my home. Am I the arsehole in this situation? Fuck no. Fuck no. She's a bitch. Now I get why you said enter my mother. Like, I don't get that. Like, how is that a bad thing? She comes over. You said come over before 4. She comes over at 2ish, and you're having sex, and then she bangs on the door. Like, okay, what she should do. Like, okay, let's say she comes over early and she sees this and she doesn't like it. Banging on the door and being weird about it is like, it is stupid. What she should have done is shown up, realized that you were fucking busy, and left without you saying anything. Yeah, I mean, you should. And again, if the key's for emergencies, but she's just walking in, then yeah, you should take the key away. I don't even know why she has a key. I guess, like you said, for emergencies, but you know, if she's the type of person that then uses it for things that are not emergencies, then yeah, it's taking the piss. No, I'm actually on your side here, Nazi, and yeah, your girlfriend. Yeah. Okay, this is fucked. I'm confident I'm reading this caption wrong, but it seems that I'm not. Confused Man 1977 asks, am I the arsehole for shitting on my girlfriend's family floor? My girlfriend's family's floor. What? Okay. Confused. I'm a confused man. I'm a confused man. So I actually like your name. But the fact that 1977, this means you're an older gentleman. So unless this happened when you were like 15, let's see. Okay, so Confused Man says, the title sounds pretty ridiculous, but I will explain it. I will explain it how it can happen. You missed the word how. She or he, whoever. Oh man, this is a man. Says I will explain it can happen. Okay. Basically goes on to say, essentially, I went to. It says essentially. Basically, I went to my girlfriend's house, shit on the floor. So essentially, I went to my girlfriend's house for a date. I hadn't seen her for a while because I was working across the country on a project. So naturally, I was quite excited to see her. I'm very friendly with her family and was delighted to see that her father, brackets, chef, had cooked a delicious looking meal and I was getting reacquainted with them. As I said, I hadn't seen my girlfriend in 2 months. It was a wonderful occasion where we were talking. I will admit I had a few drinks and the atmosphere was pretty good. And there was great music, great vibes all around. Thank you for the useless fucking information. Get to the point. I was eating. I was eating this delicious, freshly cooked banquet, and her cousins started to arrive. I was delighted to meet them. As I said, I'm very good friends with the extended family, and we really started to hit it off. I had a few more drinks, and I'll admit I was starting to feel a little nauseous and tired. Although I had just come off an 8-hour flight, so I chalked it down to that, I will note at this point that I suffer from IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and I take medication for it. I feel the need to go to the bathroom to relieve myself, so I go. I sit down on the toilet, open my phone, and start browsing the internet. And I realise the best part of a very large I release the best part of a very large excrement (brackets big fat turd). Then suddenly I lose my positioning and I slip onto the side, but regain my posture. I wipe my private area and think nothing more of it. As I mentioned, I'm quite dizzy. Um, um, my hands. I wash my hands and head back out to the party. We're talking and chilling, and there is all around great vibes when my girlfriend's cousin, let's call him Chuck, comes out the kitchen and whispers something to my girlfriend's uncle. He walks out and I hear a loud "What the fuck?" We all sort of walk out and I look in the door and see a disgusting drivel of crap all around the door side of the toilet. And it looked disgusting. My girlfriend's father walked out and also says, "What the fuck?" I am nervous. I say to I say to him, "I think I saw Tucker, one of my cousin's girlfriends, my girlfriend's cousins, looking a bit sick." But then it was just my horrible luck. Tucker, a fake name, comes in and says, "What the fuck, are you serious?" At this point, I'm shitting bricks. Thankfully, not literally. Um, uh, but I'm looking for any way out of the situation. There's like 7 to 8 people at this party, but most of them have arrived quite recently, and I am the only one who is known to have gone to the bathroom. My girlfriend's mother starts crying, and I feel awful. Basically, the whole atmosphere is ruined. My girlfriend's dad goes in to clean it up. What the fuck? With the aid of her brother. And I walk back into the kitchen. There is a very edgy vibe, and the rest of the evening, I feel like my girlfriend might suspect something. I know for a fact it was me who left the shit when I slipped over, but I'm too embarrassed to own up for it. Am I the arsehole? Okay, that's actually a funny story. I actually like that. Probably yes, yes. I mean, again, it's not what I thought. So you're not as much of an arsehole as I thought you were gonna be. It was an accident. You were drunk. You were shitting, and as you shit, you've like lost your balance because you were leaning on one side, whatever. Um, but I just don't get how that happens, and I don't get how you don't see it. Like, how drunk were you? You said little dizzy. Little dizzy means that you don't see the shit on the floor, and but then again, I'm with you though. Like, if it's me, yeah, if I did that, I swear to God, I am not admitting to that. No way. Like, look, I'm the type of guy who can own up to mistakes. But if a mistake is shit on the floor in front of your girlfriend's family, I'm doing what you're doing. So you are the asshole, but I too would be the asshole in this situation. So yeah, confused man. I'm glad. Yeah, no, I mean I'm with you, and I'm glad that you used a fake name because that is a bad story. Although the only issue I have is, what if this video blows up? Hopefully it does. If this video blows up and your girlfriend sees it or she reads that post, like I feel like you posting this reveals yourself a little too much because you said there's 7, 8 people can see this post or maybe this video. It only takes one of them to connect the dots. But yeah. Next up, Soggy Mirror. Soggy Mirror. Soggy Mirror 7075. That is an interesting name, and I don't even want to know what that's about. But yeah, Soggy Mirror says, "Am I the asshole for Oh, it's a girl. Oh no! Oh fuck! Gay guys. Okay, so Soggy Mirror now comes. I feel like this is a gay thing now. Again, nothing against gays. If you're a homosexual, that's fine. But if you're a gay guy and you got a Soggy Mirror, I'm concerned. So, Soggy Mirror 7075 says, am I the asshole for breaking up with my boyfriend over this? So just for context, Soggy Mirror is a 23-year-old man, and the boyfriend is also a 25-year-old man. So Soggy Mirror says, I broke up with my boyfriend of 2 years last night, and now I'm wondering if I overreacted. My cousin, who's a girl, just got married to her wife. Okay, so 2 gay guys and 2 lesbians. Your family's fucked. Sorry, the odds don't. Something's going wrong. But yeah, my cousin got married to her wife in this beautiful ceremony. They're the first queer couple in our family to get married. They're lesbians. What do you mean queer? What does queer mean? What the fuck does queer mean? Queer meaning, because I don't know like an umbrella term for the same. Okay, so queer just means anything. So queer means what it used to mean when I was younger, which was basically a slur. It was a homophobic slur in a way. It was like saying the N-word to a black guy. Queer was that, or like faggot or something. But okay, they're the first queer couple in our family to get married, and it meant a lot to me personally. Growing up, I didn't even know if I'd be allowed to be out, let alone see 2 women I love and admire stand up and be celebrated. My boyfriend, we'll call him Zach, came with me. He's met most of my family before and everything seems fine. During the reception, things got emotional. A few people gave unplanned toasts, and my cousin asked if I wanted to say something. I kept it short, just said how proud I was, how beautiful it was to see queer love honoured like that. That was it. When I sat down, Zach leaned over and quietly whispered, you know, for someone who's not even in the wedding, you're really trying to make it your moment. I thought he was joking. I gave him a look. Then he added something along the lines of, you gonna cry again or save it for our wedding that we're never having? He smirked like it was nothing. I laughed awkwardly because I didn't want to cause a scene and ruin my cousin's wedding, but it stuck with me. I didn't say anything right away because it was not the time or the place. I didn't want to make the night about me or create any drama. Later, back at our hotel, I brought it up. I said his comment hurt, especially since he knows how much this wedding meant to me. He brushed it off, saying, Jesus, you're still on about that? It was a joke. You're getting so sappy, I thought you were going to propose. I told him I didn't think it was funny and that he took a moment that mattered to me and made me feel stupid for caring. He kept calling me sensitive and said I was overthinking everything, like always. So I told him I was done. I packed my stuff, called a friend and left. He texted saying saying I made a big scene out of nothing, and that I chose a weird hill to die on, and that I regret throwing away a good thing over a dumb joke. Am I overreacting? Am I the arsehole? Fuck yeah. Of course you're an arsehole. Of course you're an arsehole. He made a joke, sensitive, and you're going to break up with him? Again, if this is like, I mean, from the sounds of it, okay, you 2 are gay guys, but it looks like you're trying to get married or whatever. You know, you took him to a wedding and you're going to break up over a tiny little joke like that. And by the way, you're surprised that a gay guy makes a snarky comment. And then your boyfriend's surprised that you, another gay guy, takes things to heart and gets emotional and overreacts. No. You're an arsehole, but I'm not saying you're a bad person. But you are the arsehole in this situation. I mean, like, he made a comment, and yeah. Like, if you look, at the end of the day, maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong. I'm not saying he's in the right, but I'm saying that you don't just dump someone over it. Like, especially that night at the wedding and the hotel, like, I don't know. I think, yeah, something's up with you. Okay. This is relationship advice. I'll do the relationship advice for the end. I'll save the relationship advice. So let's go. Ooh, okay. Okay, so this is another Am I the Arsehole? Throwaway _ Windows 9562 says, am I the arsehole for telling my girlfriend she should get a boob job? The title sounds awful, but here's my story. I started dating Lisa about 10 months ago. She's 24 and I'm 26. Our relationship started very casually, and little by little became more serious. We're still not in the I love you part. Okay. Early in our relationship, we developed a very weird dynamic. I think that means to say weird. Weird dynamic. When she wanted a compliment, she would say something bad about herself, and then I would tell her she's beautiful and that there's nothing wrong with her. For example, she would say that her hair looks awful and she wishes she had a silkier hair. Then I'd tell her how beautiful her hair is and how beautiful her hairstyle is. Around mid-September, we were hanging out in my house when she found a pic I had with my ex. I wasn't keeping that pic there for any particular reason. It was just a regular photo of the two of us hugging, and I had forgotten it was there. Lisa found it in an old notebook. She got a bit angry and demanded to know if I still had feelings for her. I told her no, and we discarded the photo. However, Lisa was still angry and started making snide comments about how, in her own words, I probably still miss having my big boob ex in my life. Now I'm afraid of making. I'm afraid. Sorry, I read that wrong. Now I'm afraid of making this sound more misogynistic that it is until now. So I'll be brief. Yes, my ex has bigger breasts than Lisa. Breasts. No, it doesn't make any difference to me, and I wouldn't date anyone based on their breast size alone. I do have my preferences, but but still not something that is definitive. Anyway, after this incident, she would consistently say she wishes she had bigger boobs so that she can make me happy. I, of course, would tell her that she is great the way she is and that I love her boobs. After a month of hearing this daily, or sometimes twice a day, I started getting annoyed, and yesterday I told that if she felt so strong about it, she should just get a boob job. Then silence. She didn't argue, she just left. She hasn't been answering my texts or calls, so at the time I was fed up and felt like it was justified, but now with a cool head, I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have said that comment. Anyway, am I the asshole? No. No, listen. I have a rule, and this is a rule I have had forever. I say forever, like, since I was like 18 or whatever. Stupid statements and stupid questions get stupid answers. Okay? If a girl says stuff, oh, I bet you hate me. Yes. Right? If a girl says, oh, I don't know, you're seeing someone else, or okay, if she said like in a like the repetitive comment where it's just like you don't even think that, you're just saying these weird comments. Yeah. Oh, I bet you watched that with your other girl. Yeah, I did actually. Like you just say these things. If a girl keeps saying, "Oh, I need a boob job, I need a boob job," and you keep saying, "No, it's cool. I like you the way you are," um, and then she says, I want a boob job, and you say, "Okay, if you feel like it, then get one." And then she's like that. It was coming. Again, it would be different if when she found that picture. Well, I don't know why you have it, but okay, you didn't know you had it. It's cool. If she found that picture, and then then the first time or the first like day or 2 days of saying it, you say, "Okay, get a boob job," then it's like, okay, I get where she would be annoyed, but she's overreacting here. She's making all these comments. You say once, bad. She's pestering, and then you say, "Okay, yeah, get a boob job," and now what? You're a bad guy. I wouldn't even worry about it. It's I genuinely would not worry about it, not at all. But the only thing is, where do you want the relationship to go? That's the key thing. Because if you want the relationship to be like long term, then hit her up for a conversation. If you're not that bothered, then fucking leave it. Because if she's going to flip off and not answer your calls, you've known each other 10 months and you don't say I love you, that's cool. You don't have to say I love you after 10 months. But if you're in a position where your girlfriend will actually ignore your calls, that's fucking disrespectful. Like me personally, if my girlfriend, we have a little argument and then I try to call her, she doesn't answer, but you're like literally texting her and calling her and she's purposefully ignoring you, that's fucking disrespectful. Way more disrespectful than saying that she could get a boob job. Like, okay, she's 24, I'm 24. If I was going out with a 24-year-old who's acting like a little girl like that, probably not going to work. And it's a sign of where the future of the relationship is going to go. So you're not the arsehole, but what you want to do is look at this and say, okay, this is like in the years to come or the months to come or whatever, long term, this is probably going to happen multiple times. So yeah, because look, women don't really change that much. Like either she's the type of girl who has an argument and will ignore you and ignore your texts and calls and be petty and prolong the argument, or she's the type of person, even if she did storm off, fine, but then at least texts you like, okay, yeah, I was annoyed, or like talks about it, ignoring each other. You're 26, you don't have time to be dealing with a little girl. That was basically relationship advice. That was like a little cross. I like that. Holy fuck. Shit. This is a bad one. Throwaway last date. Fuck me. Throwaway last date says, am I the arsehole? We're picking some fucking dodgy ones here. Am I the arsehole for leaving? Guys, by the way, I haven't seen these. Okay, I don't know what's coming up next. They're picked for me so that like we get an authentic reaction for the video. So when I'm reading this, I'm just as surprised as you. Okay, am I the arsehole for leaving my girlfriend after she got date raped? Jesus Christ. I don't even want to. I'm going to read this first. Fuck. What the fuck? Okay, so my girlfriend explicitly, because I was spending the weekend with my family who had flown in from out of state, decided to go out. Okay, so she's gone out. You were busy, so she went out. She spent however much of the day at the mall with some guy she just met. She said she just wanted to be friends with. He took her back to his place where there was apparently a party. I'm getting red flags already. She turned off her location. I noticed. I have an idea what I'm going to say at the end of this. I noticed when I went to send her a good night message and ask if everything was okay and if she was safe. She said that she was safe. I asked her if her home Wi-Fi was down again. She told me that she had turned it off so her parents wouldn't know where she was. I asked her where she was and she never actually answered me. From the bit she told me, the music was loud. He told her he wanted to show her his room because of how hilariously tiny it was. She went up with him and he started going after her sexually. She said it was late and her parents were worried about her and she wanted to go home, but from what I understand, he pressured her into saying yes. That's cohesion and rape. I got a message that morning telling me she had cheated, but her friends told her it was rape. I messaged her, drew her hugging geese. What? I told her I wanted to make... This is such a weird paragraph. I told her I wanted to make sure she was okay and cool. I offered to drive over. She told me she was with her friend, a different guy. What's with all these guys? And spending the day with him. I kept messaging, worried about her, to no response until I stopped to not pressure her. I barely got through work that day and got myself drunk that night to stop worrying when trying to be with family. I only had one day between months or years. Okay, sorry. You typed this weird, but basically to the audience, if I've read it badly and you're not understanding, he's gotten drunk, but all this thing with the girlfriend's playing in his head, and he's only going to see his family for like one more day, and he's not going to see him again for like the rest of the year, and now this is fucking with his head. Then she called me when I was drunk and asked me to come over, offered to Uber me over, told me she really needed me. I told her I was drunk and couldn't be there. I'd also promised my family members not to talk to her if they let me at the hard whiskey. She called me and I was apparently asking too many questions and told me to just spend the next day with the family. The next day, whilst I was with my family, she then begged me to come over. By that point, I was already talking to family, including my sister, who was abused, including raped by her ex, trying to understand. They all told me that she breached my trust. In all fairness, they're biased because they feel she's abusive. And in previous Am I the Arsehole posts, all the responses told me I was being abused. So you're like a regular poster on this fucking... Okay. They don't believe the story at all. I broke up with her then. She acted She told me, basically, there's a lot of fucking shit here. But basically, I'm going to skip to the bottom because there's so much shit here. I'm just going to tell you the fucking truth, okay? Because this is ridiculous. He's put. I wish I could show you guys. I'm scrolling down. Look, scrolling. Now I've only just hit the bottom. Basically, I will tell you the truth of the situation. And it's going to sound harsh, and some people who maybe watch this and who maybe like me already will not like me now. But I don't care. Because you want my advice, and like I said, I'm going to be real with you. She fucked someone, and that's what fucking happened. Okay? She fucked someone. This isn't rape, right? This isn't coercion. She's at a party with loads of people. If she doesn't want to do it, yeah, hello, guys, he's rapey. So she's with this guy all day. Listen, she hangs. This is the classic story. I've seen it. I've genuinely seen this with my own eyes with people I know. Right, girl will cheat on the boyfriend with a guy that she knows already. It's a guy that she knows, right? A guy that she calls a friend. Friendly. We've been together. Oh, we were partying, we were drinking, we were watching a movie. Oh, next thing I knew, he was trying it and I was pressured. I did it technically, okay, yes, it was. I went along with it. He didn't hold me down. There was none of that. Technically, I didn't fight back, but it was coercion and rape. She's a cheater. And she's fucking you about. This is why I stopped halfway through. When I saw, right, at first that she's hanging around with this guy all day, which is fucking weird, turning off her location, and then when you're asking her where she is, she's on the phone. She's at a party, and you can hear music in the background. And then next day, oh, literally, your words, right? He pressured her into saying yes. Coercion and rape. Okay, if this is like a little girl, it's different. If some guy is doing that to like a 15-year-old, I'm with you, right? But you've got an adult at a party who's already acting dodgy. All of these things adding up, okay? And then it's coercion and rape. He pressured her into saying yes. At a party with loads of fucking people there, whilst drunk and all this stuff. Like, again, what does that even mean, pressured her into saying yes? You know, unless you had a gun to her head. If she's not kicking and screaming, like, what is this? You know, because think about it. If you're gonna like get with a girl, a lot of girls who you get with maybe they don't want to be slags. They're not just gonna jump in the bed. So you come, no, and then back and forth, and it's a little game you play, right? I'm sorry, he pressured her into saying yes. If that's me, I would definitely dump her. You should have dumped her at the beginning of the day when she was friends with a bloke. You should have dumped her when she had a friend who was a bloke. You know, if she's got friends who are blokes, don't take her seriously. I'm sorry, brother. Throwaway last date. No, you're not the arsehole. And she's a liar. She's a liar. So yeah. Now, over to the relationship advice. This is where I come into it. Throw Rocky. Throckle? Weird name. I'm going to call you Throwy. Says, my boyfriend is upset I denied intimacy because he was crusty. How do I remedy? I don't even know what crusty means, but okay. I just moved out. Okay, by the way, just for the context, 18-year-old girl, 24-year-old man. I just moved out of my disgusting childhood home. Mold, trash, bugs, smells, all of it. In my new home, I'm keeping it as clean as possible and avoiding polyester because the texture disgusts me, and it was all I ever knew as a child. I worked my butt off to afford these silk sheets and high-quality bedding. What's wrong with polyester? In fact, I actually think the silky sheets aren't as nice. Okay, whatever. I take really good, yeah, I take really good care of my cleanliness, and I am probably paranoid at this point. Tonight, I invited my boyfriend over to hang out, cuddle, and watch a movie. I told him I was going to take a shower and wear comfy PJs, and I was excited to rest. My boyfriend is not necessarily gross, but today when he arrived, I was just a bit uncomfortable. He was wearing dirty jeans and his hair was so greasy it looked like he had used it looked like he had used gel. Okay. He works in an office and isn't active whatsoever, so I didn't really understand what was up. He apologized for looking a mess and said he was excited to see me. I just couldn't handle it. His shirt was scratchy and he had jeans on, so I brought him into the living room and put on a movie. Oh, you didn't want him in the bed like that? Okay. He immediately started getting physical and kept pulling me into long kisses. I didn't entertain making out because I knew it would turn into sex and we'd end up going to my bed. Finally, after a while, he asked why I wasn't interested in him, and I told him exactly what I'm telling you now. He got upset, moped around for a bit, and left. Now I just feel like a neat freak asshole. How can I remedy the situation? Okay, my advice to you is I'm thinking what I would do. I don't know if I'd have the balls to say that. To say, like, oh, you're gross. The greasy hair, the dirty jeans, like, you know, to not want to go into your bed, I'm picturing like something really fucking gross. So I don't know if like I'm overthinking what the state he was in. I would just talk to him. Just explain it all. I'm guessing you already did, but just say, look, it's not that. Just say like I'm a neat freak. This is how it is. It's nothing personal. Because remember, this is the thing. I get it, but I get why he left. Because if someone said that to me, I'd be like, well, what the fuck? But then maybe at that point, if he was so upset about it, he could have gone and had a fucking shower. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, have a shower. Maybe like it's a bit of both. It's not like anything you necessarily have to do, and it's not just him. You guys are gonna have to work together. But the concern is that you're saying that you're a neat freak and you're paranoid at this point. It sounds like it's only going to get worse because if you're like this at 18, when you get to fucking 24, you're going to be worse. And when you get to 30, it's only going to get worse and worse and worse until maybe you have kids. But if you're a neat freak, having kids might not be the best thing for you. But you should have a conversation with him. But again, if he's like a gross guy in general, but the issue is, right, you said he's not necessarily gross, which, as we all know, means he's basically gross. But he's just missing one little thing. It's like, well, he's not necessarily poor, but blah, blah, blah. He's not necessarily fat, but, which is basically you saying he is. You probably aren't a good match. Neat freak, greaseball. It's like having two negatives. The force, like the magnet. It's like there's only so much, and if you're going to be uncomfortable, because look, gross stuff makes you uncomfortable. So I'll be honest. I'm 24. Right? Sometimes I get in this weird state where I have to clean my house. I'm a bloke. I'm scrubbing the floor. I'll do the washing up, and then randomly I need to fucking then put the washing machine on, hoover the house, clean the counter table, countertop, clean the coffee table, like have a wipe down, and it's weird. It comes over you. It's like a weird. I'm not like you, but sometimes I get like that. So if you're with someone who isn't like that, probably not going to work out. But if you want to mend the situation, just have a conversation. You're 18, you're an adult. He's 24. He should be able to take it. And if you can't talk it through, then bounce. Okay, Old Perception 4542, thank you for your question, says, I love my boyfriend deeply, but I don't get sexual pleasure from him, and we have tried to fix it multiple times over the years. Here's the issue, before I read the thing. You're both 21. So what do you mean over the years? what like over the years? Like again, it's different if like you're 30 and it was great, and then things slow down, and then you're trying to get the spark back. But you're talking about over the years. You're fucking 21 and he's 21. So when did it start being bad? He's bad in the sack. I'm guessing that you're each other's first boyfriend and girlfriend. That's probably why he's not very good. But anyway, let's read this. So Old Perception says, I love my boyfriend deeply, but I don't get sexual pleasure from him, and it's caused me to fantasize about other people. I don't know if that cancels out that I love him, but I do. I feel I love him anyway. We've been together for years and lived together, and I haven't even been able to orgasm, even after talking about it and trying to fix it. I searched for answers and got sexual compatibility and how it will lead to our breaking up. If I keep having bad thoughts, and if another person can make me feel what he can't, and it's not like I want to have them, I just feel every time I think about it, I feel bad every time I think about it. He works very hard. Fuck me. He works very hard and he is right to, but rejects me often, and my sex drive is high. Oh, just give me advice, please. I don't want to break up with him, but would things ever get better? I don't want to over prioritize sex, but I'm losing my mind over lust, and I feel like having this pent up tension is turning into resentment. Look, if he's not hitting it right, there's not much you can do. Like, you're gonna have to leave. Don't cheat on him. Just leave. Like, you say he works hard. What does that mean? He works hard. If you're fantasizing about other blokes, you're 21, he's 21. You should probably be like the issue is you're the same age and you've been together for years. So I'm assuming you're each other's first boyfriend and girlfriend. He never slept with anyone before, so he wasn't very good. You were probably inexperienced or a virgin, so you didn't know what was good yet. You couldn't show him. He had no one to learn off. That's the issue. The issue is that you, at a young age, I know, like, because as you get older, right, someone who's 3-4 years older than you isn't a big deal. Like, if you see someone's parents and one parent's 40 and the other one's 45, it doesn't seem like a big age difference. But when you're young, that age difference is huge. So when it comes to like bumping uglies, as I call it, sex, the fact that you're the same age means that he needs to be above you. Like, you should be going out with someone who's like 20. Okay, you're 21, he should be 24, 25, 23. You know what I mean? And someone who's probably been about a little bit. This is why girls, they say they don't want a guy who has a past, who's been a player, womanizer, a few ex-girlfriends. But if he doesn't have that, you end up like this, where he can't hit it right. What now, in terms of what do, you should probably leave him, because, again, there's probably nothing he could do to fix it. And if you talk about it, it's going to make it worse. And if he knows that you're trying to orgasm, you're trying to come and he can't do it, it's only going to put more pressure on it. And it's only going to put more pressure on you. How can you release if, you're in your head? You can't. It's literally impossible. It's literally impossible. Unless he's a piano player, they're good with their hands. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not much you can do if you're in your head. You have to be out of your head to fully relax and let go. And then the floodgates and the water will flow. Anyway, look, I don't know what you can do about it. Leave him, probably. You're young, he's young. It's probably for the best. In fact, he's probably never had heartbreak. So he needs the heartbreak so that he can treat his next girl better. Then he can go on a spree of multiple women or multiple like friends with benefits. Nothing crazy, a fling, and he can work on his skills. That's all I can say to you. Moving on to the final one. This is funny. This is a big paragraph, but I'm going to read it for you guys. Aquarius is born _80 says, final one, by the way. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. Ninth and final question, because one of them we had twice. Anyway, I think my boyfriend might be gay. I wonder if my girlfriend wrote this. No. I need advice. My boyfriend and I, he's 26, I'm 25, have been together for over 3 years, and I'm head over heels in love with this man, and we spend almost all of our time together. He and I work at different places, but meet for lunch almost daily. Now he had purchased a house before we met, a fixer-upper, and he was renovating it up with the intention of moving into it. After we met and became more serious, I joined him in helping with the renovations. We loved working on the house together, and we agreed that when it was complete, he wanted me to move in with him, which sent me over the moon. Now, to my question, we have an extremely healthy sex life and love trying new things together. One of the things he likes is secretly doing it in public because of the thrill of being caught. Really does something to him. Me, not so much, but I will do anything for him and with him. After about 18 months together, we started wanting to do some things. He started wanting to do some things that I thought were a little bit weird. Here's one example. I was performing oral on him, and when he finished, he wanted me to kiss him while my mouth was full of his, you know what. I kissed him, and he went nuts, kissing and licking my lips. When I brought it up to him, he said he just wanted to know what it tasted like. I don't really understand why, but I was going to question him since he was being. I wasn't going to question him because he was kinky anyway, and it didn't really seem that crazy. Another example: during sex, as he was approaching climax, he would pull out because he wanted to see how high his stuff would go as he orgasmed. High in the air? The fuck? He did that quite often. I mean, who cares how high it shoots? Then he started moving a mirror near the bed so that he could watch himself. Okay, not crazy, I guess. Then he started renting porn and watching it during foreplay, but it faded into the background during sex. Okay, not too weird for a guy, I guess. As time went on, he wanted me to put my finger in his anus and wanted me to move it as if I was fingering him. He would get on all fours and ask me to do that. I wasn't comfortable doing it and tried to make excuses, but I also wanted to keep him happy, so I would do it. It wasn't all the time, but we did. But when we did it, he really enjoyed it. I mean, the sounds he made were nothing like when we were having sex. Now things have escalated a bit. He liked to visit sex shops and sometimes buy massage oils, flavored lube, and sexy undies for me. Recently, he wanted me to buy a vibrator. I asked why, since I never had problems finishing, but he said he just wanted to try it. Well, when we first tried it, it just wasn't doing anything for me, so he asked me to rub it on his anus. Not insert it, but rub it around that area. Now I'm feeling fuck me, this is crazy. Now I'm feeling weird doing it, because while I am, he's touching himself. And I mean full-on masturbation while I'm rubbing the vibrator on him. When he finished, he ran his fingers through the wet spot and then put them in his mouth. Fuck me. There's still loads here, by the way. Other times, he finished on my chest. If he finished on my chest or something like that, he would lick it or have me wipe my fingers through it. Then he would suck on my finger like it was like giving it oral sex. He was simulating a penis with my fingers. It's getting more and more difficult to deal with this stuff. I still love him, but I can't help but wonder if this is normal because I've never been with anyone who wanted to do any of that sort of stuff. I don't feel comfortable asking friends about it, so I came on here for advice. Things have seemed to be escalating with the play in that area, and I'm about a month away from moving in with him. Now he wants to buy a plug. Not for me. I wouldn't have wanted it anyway, but he wants it for him. A butt plug. I'm so torn right now. I'm guessing he is too. I think about ending things, but then I'm reminded about how desperately in love with him I am. Should I try and talk to him about why he likes things so much? I'm afraid he might just push me away if I do, and I don't want to lose him, but I'm afraid about how far this might go. He's not cheating. He doesn't watch gay porn either. He never hides his phone, chats, or email. He doesn't even sneak off to take calls or anything like that when we're together. And we're together all the time. So he's not sneaking around, at least to my knowledge. When we aren't together, we're on the phone with each other. We meet each other for lunch. I don't think he's messing around with anyone, but I don't know how much more of this I can handle. It's on my mind constantly. Any advice or insight would be greatly appreciated, since I can't see my life without him. Where to begin? Let's go backwards for this. Cool guy. No, that's not what I can see myself, by the way. I don't think this is working. I don't think the backwards hat is really doing it. Fuck it. Okay, so Jesus, it's a little odd. Okay, I'll admit it's a little odd. Most men. Actually, I was going to say most men I know aren't into that, but I don't know what people really are into, because unless like you're in a relationship with someone, you don't truly know what they want. This might be more common than you think. I know for a fact I wouldn't want to do any of that shit, right? I don't want to. I can't even believe I'm saying this. I don't want butt plugs. I don't want fingers anywhere near me. I don't want to lick my own. Gross. It sounds. Here's the thing. It sounds gay, but if he's buying you underwear and stuff, maybe he's just. I don't know. Look, it's one of them, because here's the thing. If a girl, like, because some girls do lesbian-y stuff. I can't believe I'm saying this. Some girls do lesbian-y stuff and they're straight. And we never think, oh, she's like a full-on lesbian. But with gay, I feel like there's not much of, like, this whole bisexual thing. I don't buy it. You're either gay or, in my opinion, for me, I feel like you're either gay or you're not. And if you're bisexual to a girl, you're gay anyway. So if a girl knows you're bi, she's not going to want to get with you anyway. Girls aren't into that at all. So, Jesus, I mean, it's like the all fours. Like, if a man gets on all fours and wants you to play back, no. Like, just no. I don't know what to say. Is the honest opinion. I want to help you, but I don't know what to say. But then he wants you to move in with him. Oh God, I don't know. I would probably. This is only 14 days ago. So how long? So you've got basically like 2 weeks before you're meant to be moving in. I'd reconsider that. I'm just wondering where you live now. And again, like 26-year-old guy into this sort of stuff. Like, okay, if this was some guy who gets to like 45, 50, and he's done all the stuff, and now he's thinking, all right, let's just try some new bits, and he's found a little kink. But, oh God, yeah, like, I'm not like, if you were a friend of mine who was a girl, or like a cousin or a sister, well, actually, if you was a cousin or a sister, I wouldn't want to know, but if you were like someone and I knew you personally, and you wanted my advice, off the record, right, I'm saying leave that guy, because it's only going to get worse, and one day, I'm sure of it, he will be cool with some bloke getting involved. And you'll be watching. You'll just be watching the fucking gay shit. Honestly, bounce. He's gay. Let's see what the comments say. Who else is... So other people said... So this person says, I wish my boyfriend would let me do that. Someone else said he's not gay. He's clearly enjoying sex with you. He just isn't vanilla. Someone else says maybe he's bisexual, bi-curious. It's worth a conversation. Yeah. I mean, it's just... Someone else says some straight men like getting pegged. P-spot orgasms are supposed to be super intense. Supposed to be. as if you don't know. Many men are not comfortable with it. No, listen, no, fuck this. Fuck this, no. No. Like, I just feel like the licking of the... And then, again, he's like seeing how high it goes. What is this? Why is he doing that with you? Like, do that alone. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's something you're going to do that alone. Oh, God. Honestly, I think you should leave. I think he's gay. I don't... This has flabbergasted me in ways I never thought could happen. But yeah, that's all I can say. He's probably gay. Think twice before moving in. And now I'll try and forget that I ever read this fucking paragraph. Jesus Christ. But yeah, look, guys. Keep sending them in. We will be doing another one, I guess, next week. I guess it's a weekly thing now. And yeah, I hope to guys watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. And yeah, let me know what you think. Guys, comment below. Comment below. If you think that I'm not on point here, tell me what you think the advice should be or the judgment should be, especially on this last one. That's all I can say. Listen, thank you for watching. God bless. Bye-bye.